Hi trader, welcome to the weekly video. I'll be taking a look at the Forex market. I see some uptrends on the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen. We'll talk about that in just a second. First of all though, be aware that this video is shown to a global audience but may not be suitable for everyone. Please visit admiralmarketsglobal.com, select your country of residence, and contact the appropriate entity to find out if it is suitable for you. Also, please note that trading for exchange and global financial markets is considered high risk. Please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor for more information on that. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. By continuing watching this video, you agree with this disclaimer and you are aware of the risk involved when trading. Let's start with the dollar yen. You can see a strong uptrend at this moment. We're looking at the 1 hour chart, and you can see that price is broken above the resistance trend line, is above these green support trend lines, and is riding along basically the resistance of this Admiral Keltner band. And I think that sooner or later there could be a retracement. Price is getting close to 115 round level. And if you look at the 4 hour chart, you can see that not only did it break above this smaller 1 hour trend line, by the way, but even if we zoom in a bit further and perhaps get rid of this fib, it's a bit clustered. You can see this trend line indicates this resistance trend line, and price is broken above that with last week's price action. So that looks pretty sturdy to me, and I think that this could continue to the upside. Looking at the weekly charts, you can see two pretty good weekly candle last week breaking through this resistance trend line, and I think there's a good chance that price could get up to the minus 272 target of this fib at around 116. 115, of course, is a round level to deal with, to reckon with. So from that perspective, when zooming back in, I think that if price were to make a retracement soon, doesn't have to be now because price is still in this upside momentum. As you can see, higher highs, there's a continuous kind of flow to the upside. But if there is some kind of bull flag retracement, and I think that's probably the most likely at this moment, whether that's now or 10 or 20 pips higher, I'm not sure. But eventually I think price will make a bull flag, make a consolidation and correction, and I think price could correct down to the 23.6 or the 38.2 fib. At this moment, that's 114 and 113.80. That depends, though, if price stays below this particular point, the fibs will stay the same. Of course, if price makes a new high, then I will move this fib to the new high, and these fibs will also change because of that. So that's something to be aware of. But for the moment, let's say I'm looking for a retracement to the 23.6, 38.2 fibs. Those values can change. Once again, max retracement I think would be a 50. Otherwise, well, yeah, 50 is typical still for wave 4. Anything between 23 and 50 is typical. 38 is probably the most used fib for wave 4, and I think that this could be a wave 4. The entire invalidation of the upside is if price were to break below 113.50. In that case, the upside is not as strong as I expected, and it kind of invalidates it invalidates us and my trade ideas that I have. Target actually for the dollar yen could be 114.60, but also 115 for the moment. That depends too. That will change as price, depends if this fib holds or not. But basically 115, and if 115 breaks, then I think 116 is a good target for the dollar yen upside. More live trading, of course, with Nenet on Monday and Wednesday, with myself on Tuesday and Wednesday. We take a lot of good topics here. You can see what the lineup is. And Thursday, we take a look at a special webinar series regarding trading. We take a look at various elements like optimizing reward to risk, key tips for trading plan, and how to approach summer trading. So that's a series of webinars you can sign up, and you'll right away register for 3 or 4, I believe. So hope to see you in some of these webinars. Time now for the euro dollar. We're taking a look at the 4 hour chart, and in my view, it's kind of stuck between support and resistance. We have the previous top that hasn't been broken yet, but we do see good momentum to the upside here. Particularly this part, you can see some good momentum. So it's a bit stuck. I think as long as price stays above the weekly pivot point, I think there's a good chance of a breakout to the upside. I think that from this perspective, the weekly chart still looking pretty bullish. I think with last week was an indecision candle, but the week before was quite strong, and I think there's still a good chance of a break of that high. We're looking now at about a couple of candles not breaking this high, so I would like to see a break today or tomorrow, preferably. And taking a look at this 4 hour chart, I wouldn't be surprised almost if price is making some kind of, depends on this 4 hour candle. It does look a bit iffy at this moment. You can see price slowly but surely moving up. I think we'll have to see probably price stay above this this support level, and it looks like it tried to break out earlier today, getting a bit of retracement. If it breaks again to the upside, I think there's a good chance of a continuation up to 115. If it stays above this support line, then there's a good chance it will continue higher. If it starts to show a push through this, we might see a retest of 113.75, for instance, right? Something like that. Not that deep necessarily. I think it could bounce right up quickly. It could be just a simple ABC, and I would still expect a bullish bounce here. If price, however, let's put this fib on. If it does break below 113.75, then things are not that bullish anymore, in my opinion, and we might get into a neutral zone, and price is then retracing deeper than I would expect. So let's see if it could respect these bouncing spots. I think price will, or break above this trend line. I think that's the most likely perspective at this moment. As long as I would be targeting the breakout or bounce for, well, probably 115, 114.75 could be the first target, 115 could be the second target, and that I think is the primary target for the moment. It could exceed further than that, but 115 is an important level, so we have to see how price action responds to that resistance before I want to speculate on the upward downside. We'll discuss that and update that in the live webinars. Pound dollar seems to be bouncing at the 50 fib, and well, it's kind of hesitant, slow start, basically, kind of corrective. So there is a chance that this could be a bear flag for one more fall down to the 61.8 fib. At this moment, I don't think that that's too likely. However, if there's a good 1 hour candle close below this Keltner, then that might change things, right? The Keltner, of course, indicating bounce or break, and if price breaks below the Keltner with a good close, then that might be a breakout to the downside. If there are wicks like this, I still think that there's more likely a bouncing spot for upside, and that has nothing to do with this 1 hour chart, because the 1 hour chart looks bearish. But let me refresh this. But the 4 hour chart basically is, let me check. Yeah, basically is trying to bounce off the 50 fib. So the question is, will that succeed? I'll take a look at this 4 hour candle too, to get an idea if this is a break or bounce. I would like a bounce personally. I think it's more of a bullish structure because of this momentum to the upside, and this looks like a correction. So if it does bounce, I would be interested in trading it. And the target, I think the main target for the moment is the minus 272 target at 131.16. For more updates on fundamental technical wave analysis, webinars, of course, how to get the Keltner indicator that I discussed via MetaTrader 4 Supreme Edition. You can all find it at admiralmarkets.com. Hope to see you in the webinars and wish you all good trading. Cheers.